What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. This is Leo's Nerd Talk, and today we're going to be going over Zootopia 2. So let's get into that. Hi, my name is Leo, and if you guys anything movie, TV show, video game related, or just anything nerdy, you are in the right place. And like I said, today we're talking about Zootopia 2, so without further ado, let's get into the review. Now, I'm actually a very big fan of the first Zootopia. It has a very special place in my heart as well, mainly because on our first date or our first time hanging out with me and my fiance, this was the movie that we watched. So we always kind of said this was kind of like our movie, the first Zootopia. So when the sequel come out, it was a guaranteed we had to go watch it for sure, just because both of us loved that first movie so much. But before I go into my pros and cons about Zootopia 2, first I want to say thank you everybody who continues to support my channel. It's been kind of a rough year for me to make content, to make videos. I've been slacking on it. It's not really that I'm slacking, it's just I haven't found the opportunities or the time to really make the videos, which makes me a little frustrated because I want to provide as many videos as possible with high quality. So I'm going to try to do my best to continue to make more and more content and more frequently better content as the next year kind of comes rolling in, especially we have a pretty big next year. But I'm doing my best. Obviously life situations happen and stuff where it kind of prevents me to making as much content as I would like to do. I have all these ideas that sometimes don't come to fruition just because of things that happen, but I still appreciate everybody who comes to these videos, supports them, comments, likes, subscribes. It means the world to me. So thank you for everybody who is continuously supporting my channel. But also, before we get into our pros and cons, we are returning with one of my favorite segments. It's been a while since I've done one of these, but we have our popcorn bucket review. Look at this thing. Look at this thing. It is Flash 100-yard dash. I would never use this to eat popcorn. I mean, look at that. Look how far you have to go into there to grab popcorn. Like I was trying to do it right now, my hand got stuck. So I was like, yep, never. This is just more of a display piece. But I think this is really cute. I really like it. A little pricey, but I mean, popcorn buckets nowadays are pricey ever since the Dune popcorn bucket. But overall, I think this was a perfect popcorn bucket for this movie. Even though he's not really in it too much, he is still an iconic character from that first one. And I absolutely love sloths, one of my favorite animals of all time. So this was absolutely a must grab for me. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get into my pros. And starting my pros, I just really enjoy being back in this world. I think the Zootopia world is very interesting, and especially the way they set it up on that first movie, where they talk about how all these animals were primitive at one point. We're not going into this universe assuming that they all were like more human-like and smart and have all these different more human aspects to it. We know from the first movie that they were primitive at one point, and through evolution, they were able to learn how to talk and make structures and buildings and towns and have a whole like political structure and things like that. So being in this world is very interesting, and it's they're starting to expand on it a little bit more, because I never realized this, especially because what we're kind of dealing with here is in that first movie, there is no reptiles, and that's one of our main kind of antagonists that we get in this movie with the snake. And there's things that they set up for the future as well, which I won't get into because it's a after credit scene if you guys really care about that, but it's just a very interesting world to kind of be in. I just enjoy the look of it. Like Zootopia has a very like nice vast vibe and very pretty and huge structures, and it's just a very pleasing looking movie as well. I also like that we're coming back with Nick and Judy Hopps. I think their little dynamic is really fun, really cute, very funny. You have some really good emotional moments between them too, when they start to kind of realize that their partnership might not be working as well as they thought they did. And also just kind of that kind of message of communication and partnership and friendship, and when things don't seem like they're working out, doesn't mean it's because you guys don't work well together. There's probably some other external aspects, like again, no communication, or trying to do right for each other, and kind of seeing that little emotional moments between them two, and they kind of have their little outbursts between each other. It was very nice seeing it. It's not that it was super emotional or it brought a tear to your eye, but it was a very cute little moment between them two, and I think their dynamic throughout the whole movie was very fun and very cute as well. I thought that overall the movie was fairly funny. It wasn't like laugh out loud funny. It was just kind of chuckle funny, but overall all the little comedic beats made me like laugh in some capacity throughout the entire movie. So I thought that was just a very fun movie, very funny movie in that aspect, where the jokes were actually doing pretty well. A lot of innuendos in this movie, way more than the previous one. You have a lot of talk about like threesomes and foursomes and the breaking through doors and stuff, but Um, and like other things, like you have like tramp stamp tattoos and things. So there's a lot of stuff in here that's definitely more adult vibe for it. That is just kind of snuck into the Disney movie, which kind of feels a lot more like old school Disney, or even just like old school cartoons where innuendos were all over the place. So I thought that was very funny, and I was pleased to see that they kind of went that route with some of the comedy, where most kids wouldn't catch it, but adults would. So I think that was pretty funny as well. And you also have a lot, I mean, a lot of references that I thought were absolutely awesome. You have references to like Ratatouille. You have like the Coca-Cola bear reference. You have a Lady and the Tramp reference. My favorite reference is a super blatant and obvious The Shining reference. So I think all that was really fun to see on screen, where it kind of reminded me of, if you guys ever seen the Penguin movie, where the octopus, the way he speaks, he's like saying actors' names. So you have like references throughout the entire movie. So I think that was very fun as well, to like every little moment you have like that Leonardo meme that, and you're pointing like, oh, look at that. I know where that's from. So that was pretty cool as well. But overall, the movie was just fun. There's not really much to break down in a Zootopia movie. The plot was okay and average overall, but overall it was just a little fun, cute movie to go on a little date night with my fiance on a movie that we genuinely like. And that's kind of about it. And there's no like all this character work and character arc. While there is, a growth in characters, it's not some mind-boggling thing you have to break down and stuff like that. This is just a fun Disney movie to go take out your family, take out the wife or boyfriend or whatever it's going to be, and just have a good time, because it is a fun, cute little movie, and I think it's overall a good sequel to the first Zootopia. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get into my cons, and I only have really one big con here, and it's mainly just that the actual plot of the like case that they're trying to solve isn't as big as the first one. This one definitely feels like a scale down in terms of the stakes that are ahead. With the first movie, it was these people were trying to make all predators go back to their primitive state, and that seems pretty huge. In this one, it's all about kind of like land and trying to kick out certain animals from certain areas so they can expand certain land, and it's more just land and real estate type of scheme going on, behind the scenes. And you have the very obvious twist with the snake and stuff like that. Just as soon as I saw the first poster, I already knew exactly where they're going to go with the snake. So it was very obvious, and didn't feel like there was as high of stakes in this movie. So overall, it just ends up being a very fun sequel, but not, in my opinion, not really an improvement of the first movie. I'm very excited to see where they're going to go with the third one, because they did set something up for Zootopia 3, and I think that seems a little interesting as well. So who knows how they're going to further expand this universe. But overall, this was a harmless sequel that was a lot of fun, and I very much enjoyed it overall. But still not the greatest, Pixar Disney movie that is out there. But that is going to be it for this one, guys. Let me know what you guys thought about Zootopia 2. Are you guys fan of the first Zootopia? Let me know all your thoughts in the comment section down below. And again, this has been Leo's Nerd Talk. Remember, hit that like, subscribe button, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Thank you.